If seniors ran the world, let's get one thing straight. If seniors ran the world, things would finally make sense. Life would be simpler, kinder, and, let's face it, a lot more fun. For starters, the day wouldn't begin until a respectable 9 a.m. None of this early bird nonsense unless it's for a breakfast buffet. Speaking of which, the only rush hour would be the stampede to the all-you-can-eat diner. Roads would be empty, and the only traffic jams would involve scooters vying for the best parking spots at bingo night. Work weeks? Toss out those 5-day grinds. Mondays would be reserved for doctor's appointments. Wednesdays for lawn care and puttering around the garage. And Fridays for well-deserved naps. And let's redefine weekend. It's now Friday through Sunday, and emails are strictly banned after 5 p.m. on Thursday. Technology would be reimagined. Forget smartphones with 17 cameras and apps you'll never use. Phones in a senior-led world would have just 2 buttons, one to call family and another to summon tech support. No passwords, no updates, no apps asking for your location just to play solitaire. Simplicity is key. Need to log into your bank account? The universal password would be password 123, and no one would judge. Speaking of banks, fees would vanish. Overdraft? Instead of fines, you'd get a friendly note. You're overdrawn, but hey, you've lived through worse. Interest rates would always work in your favor because seniors know the value of a nickel. Why let the banks have all the fun? Healthcare would be made human. Healthcare would become a sanctuary rather than a hassle. Waiting rooms would have recliners, fresh coffee, and snacks that don't come from a vending machine circa 1987. Doctors would actually listen to your stories, even the one about the time you walked uphill both ways in the snow. Prescriptions would be simple. Discounts galore, clear labels, and a pharmacy aisle dedicated to pill sorters. There'd be no guessing whether the blue pill is for blood pressure or arthritis. Also, all healthcare discussions would end with a joke, because laughter truly is the best medicine. Transportation would become a joyride. Public buses would feature extra-wide seats, cup holders for your thermos, and onboard trivia games. Airplanes? They'd have legroom, hot meals, and mandatory nap times. Boarding announcements would start with, anyone retired who prefers to avoid the rush, please board now. Forget chaotic stampedes. Everything runs smoothly when patience rules. Cities would cater to comfort. Benches would line every street, walking trail, and store entrance, plush, cushioned, and perfectly angled for people watching. Parking spaces would triple in size because no one's squeezing into those compact spots with a trunk full of Costco groceries. Entertainment would be rebooted. Concerts would start at 2 p.m., not 9 p.m. Ticket prices would include a soft pretzel, a comfy seat, and ear-friendly volume levels. Reality TV? Gone. Movie theaters would skip the endless previews. Films would start on time, and there'd always be an intermission for bathroom breaks and fresh popcorn. And no one's leaving without a senior discount, it's practically a law. Politics would be straightforward and honest. Campaign speeches would be capped at 10 minutes, followed by Q&A sessions. Candidates would face a truth buzzer for dodging questions. Voting day would be a national holiday featuring free coffee, cookies, and ample time to chat with neighbors. Debates would focus on real issues, like why grocery store layouts keep changing, because priorities matter. Speaking of grocery stores, they'd be paradise. Carts would come with built-in magnifying glasses for those tiny labels. And every aisle would have free samples. Self-checkout? Not a chance. There'd be friendly cashiers who know your name and always ask about your grandkids. The bakery section would feature daily specials on comfort foods, and there'd be a dedicated aisle for nostalgic snacks. Who wouldn't want to stock up on Pop-Tarts and peanut brittle? There would be a stronger sense of community. The crown jewel of a senior-led world would be the return of community. Front porches would become social hubs again. Neighborhoods would host block parties with potlucks, laughter, and maybe a little dancing. Libraries would stay open late for storytelling nights, and grandkids would grow up surrounded by wisdom and endless cookies. What would you suggest in a senior-led world? Share your suggestions in the comments section. Life's too short to sweat the small stuff, and seniors know this better than anyone. A world run by them would be kinder, slower paced, and filled with joy. So let's raise a toast, or a coffee mug, to aging with humor, grace, and a whole lot of naps. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a 3 p.m. shuffleboard match to dominate. And remember, if we ran the world, you'd always have time for dessert first. Thanks for viewing, and let's make aging great again.